Whoo, looking forward to this a lot. A different style than Moon and Fly play. But okay, here in the upper left-hand side for the Lao Pao Esports Club, the current NetEase champion of WGL Summer is Colorful. And a man on a mission trying to get his second DreamHack title after the regionals in March. The war chief of a horde is Lin. Let's go! What? This is a
Farseer!
Yeah!
Farseer, bro. No headhunters. Not yet anyways. They might be added in later, but yeah, Farseer. No Blade Master. Interesting, interesting. Farseer can also serve pretty well as a distractive hero early on. We saw that earlier by Fly, where the Blade all early game is most of the time the space creator. Problem with the Farseer is he summons units over and over, and those cute little woofies can be dispelled with a wisp, and they give a bit of experience here and there. And that is usually what you want to prevent on the keeper as much as possible, giving him free experience. Farseer, of course, far from the meta, but Lin still experimenting in this matchup. For years, he's been looking for that perfect answer, and with the Farseer, still looking for it.
It's incredible that he still comes up with new ideas and is never getting hopeless or, I mean, desperate a little bit, but he's never giving up, right? So we've seen tier 3 with Burning Oil, something that Hitman also picked up on. But yeah, Farseer opening. Last time I saw this, wasn't the greatest. But hey, maybe there are adjustments to this play, and maybe that is the one-off map. He knows, okay, I can experiment here a little. I have to win CH at Northern Isles, that's pretty clear. But on Tidehunters, let's have some fun.
Very, very nice opening here by Colorful, by the way. He creeps 2 camps at the same time, picks up both items, and gets level 2 before the Farseer even arrives. Normally, when you only have Treants and no Entangle to deal with this Grunt plus Wolf pressure, it's going to be pretty stressful. But he's got both skills already. Big last hit right here. Lin has to get this one. He needs to get some experience in right here. Oh, and he misses it.
Maybe a damage roll thing. Not too sure, but yeah, the little birdie gets the last hit. And now, usually, you would be in the middle of the map with the Farseer, creeping the turtles. Lin decided to be a little more aggressive and pays the price.
Are under attack.
The Warmill is going to be coming. We might be seeing a Headhunter transition after all. Seems like that's going to be the idea here. That Grunt is going to be in danger. But if Lin can force more mana out of the Keeper, then he can bring the Grunt in maybe again. If the Keeper has less than 150 mana, meaning less than 2 Entangles, the Grunt can be a factor once again. I like that he's buying time here. He's playing around the Treant duration, and when the Treants are run out, they're going to have to be resummoned. And that Entangle on the Wolf costs a bit more mana that I think Lin is pretty happy to see.
Okay, yeah, that can be something, right? If you have to detonate so much against Wolf that at some point goes into your lumber, costs a little bit of gold as well. Yeah, it gives a little bit of experience, but you can't really prevent level 3 for so much at the moment. Lin should be pretty happy with the trades, and the Headhunters are coming in, as well as the tier 2 tech, which finishes now.
The important thing is the Keeper's not level 3 and he's not close to it. Once the Keeper's level 3, the Headhunters have a really tough time. They almost get one shot. Level 2 Entangle is 360 damage, so 1 or 2 attacks and that Headhunter goes down. Lin did a good job preventing that as much as possible, but he might be getting surrounded. Nice little Archer ambush. Oh! He slips out just barely though.
Not so nice after all. Big White Wolf finds a way out. And now Colorful would love to creep. Without level 3, the mid-game could be quite harsh for him.
Colorful has shown before, playing against Headhunters and possibly tier 3 style, is skipping drives and just going archers into bears with a Demon Hunter. So he might kind of like this kind of meta, because here, if you see a Headhunter plus Farseer style, he can play his favorite units. Demon Hunter, bears, that's his favorite way to play the game.
Oh yeah. Wonder if he's hanging around the tavern to grab up a tavern hero. Panda.
A player's force.
Maybe we've seen that before. Or if it's just the regular alchemist. Could also be a Naga down the road. Shadowhunter is creeping.
Is this gonna be a tier 3 rush for Lin? No, it's not. He's going for Raider, Walker, Shadowhunter, Farseer. This is a very unique style.
Panda
And now it's gonna be time for the second hero. Panda, yes sir. But the Shadowhunter matches up pretty well against that, with the heat wave, of course.
Depends a little, right? As Drunken Ace Breath of Fire will of course affect more targets if used perfectly than a heal wave would. But in general, having AoE healing against an AoE damage spell is of course a nice thing to do. Lin trying with that last hit again, but the Farseer just doesn't do enough damage.
X first now gonna come into play. The Farseer dropping really low, by the way. Almost gonna be threatened with an entangle here. One archer goes down. Level 2 for the Shadow. It's gonna be valuable heal wave right now. Farseer still getting chased. He's trying to reach for that entangle. 1.30, where are you? I need more range. But the Farseer gets away. And that was a nice little play. Not only the archer going down, but the rest of the camp here. Good experience for the Shadowhunter. Level 3 Shadow. It's gonna be a big level.
Yeah, nighttime helped him a little there as...
well,
wow,
this round.
Yo, clutch. But Cloak of Shadows, no dust at the moment. Farseer can bring it though, and he will. There is some time for the Panda to level.
Gonna get level 2 over at the natural, but that TP being gone, that's kind of a big deal. Going out now on the map against what is soon to be Ensnare and Hex without a TP. Very dangerous, so that was a nice play that's probably gonna force Colorful to play more passively.
I was about to say, and also of course against Purge, but there's no Purge here. There's Walkers, Spirit Link and AoE Dispel instead of single target and slow.
Gonna see Kodos as well coming in and 1 peon parked at the expansion, so Lin playing this in kind of a typical orc style in multiple matchups, try to be powerful on tier 2, grab map control and expand behind it. Missing a bit of resources right now, but gonna have enough in a bit. And also getting the first heal scroll, very important here, securing that item to make sure he's gonna have the edge if it should come to a fight, as that Keeper is still struggling with level 3, and so is the Panda. And now, it's not easy to go to the next creep camp. Ancient of War up on the high ground, but Lin could pounce for a creep tag right now. And he will.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. A little bit of Hex on the Archer. That's a guaranteed kill, of course. 2 bears out, unwilling to commit to them. And that is a lot of Archers potentially going down. Second Hex, third kill. Third kill.
So close. Great play by Lin, dude. How he's controlling the map and how he's controlling the enemies creeping, despite the fact that the Keeper got level 2 right away. Wonderful game by Lin. I'm not sure if there's much that could have been done better here by Colorful. He's waiting for the master training on the bears. Gonna be finished in just a second. Does Lin still want to fight this?
Okay.
Oh, catches him before master training. Only a Adept Bear right now. Could be using the Dispel. Oh my god, huge Dispel coming in. Disenchant getting rid of the Roar. And the Rejuve eats 1 bear, almost kills the next one. And they might be winning this game already.
Wow. It's 9 minutes in, and it might be game soon. Colorful with his back against the wall in his own base. Really hard to engage, to squeeze the bears through these tiny little holes here, and that is a bear kill right away. Level 2 for the Farseer. Late, but alright. Shadowhunter is, of course, the #1 priority. Moonwells are falling. Man, Lin is just ravaging the Night Elf base.
Very unusual strategy. The Farseer tier 2 tempo play. We don't really see that much anymore. Maybe not the right choice here to go for tier 3. Maybe just mass archers might have been better. Hard to tell. We don't really see this orc strategy much at all now, do we? Lin gonna boost back now. Uses the speed scroll, wants to fall back to his shop. The Shadowhunter is very low mana. Mana on the Walkers is still looking good. And again, he's gonna get control of the shop. Gets the next heal scroll. And hell no, we're going home. To keep on going.
We need some more time for this expansion to come up. There we go, 3/4. Shadowhunter is moving back. Has a staff as well. It's such high level of play. He keeps shop control. He's not allowing the Panda to reach level 3, which is big. And at the same time, he's getting that mana that he needs for the next fight and getting a second base. There's so many accomplishments for the Orc in the past 1.5 minutes.
If that Moonwell goes down, that means once again supply stuck and it will be cancelled. Panda doesn't have the damage here necessary to threaten this Orc army. The Keeper with the Orb seems to be the only really threatening thing at the moment. They are going to be devoured somewhat soon. But still going to take a little bit longer. Ensnare means staff cannot be used. Next bear goes down. And the focus fire between walkers with magic damage and the headhunters is doing a pretty damn good job against these few bears that are out.
Yeah, for sure. Shouldn't underestimate the damage that walkers do. Almost as much as destroyers without mana. For a caster unit, that is a lot. And this is the Panda. Oh, last second save on him. But yeah, this shop will fall, and this is not even a push designed to kill off Colorful, it's just a push designed to buy time. Working so well, Clarity in the back. Oh, that step wasn't the greatest. That might be game with the zap. And man, Lin, that is hella impressive. Okay.
What a cool strategy. GG called, and Lin, playing outside the norm, gets the 1-0 with the Farseer expansion play.
It always feels like he just traveled back in time. He's like, oh yeah, if I go Farseer here, he's gonna react the way he should with the bears, but then I'll be ready with Kodos and with Spirit Walkers, and I'll just crush him. And he's absolutely right in that, and somehow manages to make it work perfectly, despite the little steal in the start of the game, which was kind of cute. Yeah, no, great play by Lin here. This is kind of what you would expect out of him, even though Colorful, he's the world champion. It kind of feels like, you know, this is the tournament where he gets to confirm that he's the absolute top dog of the scene. But for now, Lin looks like he wants to make Moon's wish come true, and he wants to meet him later in the tournament, maybe even in the finals.
That would be quite a clash of the giants. And Lin maybe making use of the fact that Colorful is sometimes a little slow when it comes to adapting. We always talk about how amazing he is at mechanics once these mechanics are in place. But against Farseer headhunters and this kind of style of Lin, nothing is in place. You have to adapt, you have to play on the fly, and that is yet the weakness of Colorful.
He's not that genius natural talent who always adjusts perfectly and is in this flow state where everything just comes to him. He has to practice for a long time to properly play the counter correctly, and first he has to figure out what the counter is, which usually takes him a while. So this was really smart by Lin to play the strategy, especially on the strongest map for Colorful, that now he was able to win. I would love to see this same map, this same strategy again, but instead the Night Elf is Moon. I would love to know what he's going to do. He would probably do something we can't even think of right now that would just be genius. But Colorful, it takes him a bit longer to come up with those answers, and now he's trailing 0-1 with his supposedly best map not going his way, bringing us to Concealed Hill for map 2.
Okay, that's the orc map then. Just try to get Lin on the camera here, but there seems to be a little bit of a bug. Anyway, we go into map number 2, indeed, Concealed Hill, Lin's pick. And I wonder if he goes back to the norm now, or if he has something even crazier prepared.
Yeah, on Concealed Hill, it kind of feels like probably we're going to go back into like normal territory. Maybe it was like a specific build to the map. Like we've talked about how Tidehunters can be very tricky to play on if you want to play standard. Very easy for Night Elf to expo. So it was kind of a way for Lin, I feel like, to flip the script. Be like, okay, well, if I play like that, you're not actually meant to expo because, you know, you would just die. I mean, you literally just died on one base. So Concealed Hill, much harder to expo on. We saw earlier how Fly did a pretty good job kind of slowing that down against Moon, even though he ultimately lost that game. So I think we go back to normal now. It's time, guys. It's time to see a normal game.
Okay, and if Todd says so, then of course everybody has to obey. We can move on. We got Colorful versus Lin with the lead for the orc. And will it be another 2-0 here? Are we getting back to the curse, everybody? Or is it a tie? And we have one more map between these glorious players. Let's get it on. That kind of begs the question to me, Remo. Do you have to go for mass archers, mass hunts in this matchup? Is bears and dryads just not good enough?
Yeah, very hard to answer with this unusual style. I'm sure there's a lot of things that Colorful could have done better that we're just not aware of yet. This is good game tape for Moon, though, by the way. If they should meet up later in the tournament, this is going to be some valuable intel coming in, especially what we saw on map 1. But yeah, map 2 should be much more standard. Here, the Blade Master movement is much more detailed for the orcs. It's much more figured out. They know what they have to do, and you have a pretty good understanding of what the things are that you need to be accomplishing early game. That's also a big problem with the new maps. I still think orcs kind of overrate how, in quotes, bad the new maps are. They're just not as developed yet. And you need to have a very, very detailed plan for the early game to keep up with the Keeper of the Grove, who's the king of early game creeping and of early game domination if he gets level 3, which once again should be tried to be avoided. It was surprisingly Moon earlier who was the one to be aggressive on level 1, which was so unusual to see, but that's a typical Moon thing. I doubt Colorful is going to be doing that as well.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes he's a little sneaky with the APs, but rather in normal positions at the bottom right, the upper left of the base. And this is something Lin will definitely scout for, as you know that there is an opportunity. We've seen on this very map in Moon vs. Linguagua how much time one AP can buy. And yeah, you really want to prevent that.
It's an interesting early game already. We had an instant shop, also with a somewhat delayed barracks, just a little bit though. And the Blade Master 0 creeping, running across the map right away, trying to prevent Keeper level 2. And the Keeper hasn't chosen Treants yet. He wants to be able to go into Entangle if he has to. And trying to get the dust. Oh, gets it now, taking a bit too much damage. And wow, that is super aggressive play by Lin, threatening the base right away. And it's important right now that the Keeper can go into Entangle, because otherwise the Grunts would be a big problem. And there we see it. Skills into Entangle. And should be able to save the Moon though with that, I guess.
Oh, let's see. Lin bought a circlet, and with
Oh,
that...
the block! Look at the Wisp block! The Grunt can get in. Damn.
For now there's repair. This is pretty much exactly the time he bought. And now the Grunt is here. And now the Grunt can be entangled.
This costs quite a bit of Moon Juice for the Keeper. We can see already the Moon Juice is out. Of course, nighttime is going to fall in a bit as the tech begins, and Huntresses are going to be joining. But the Orc tech is decently far ahead. However, of course, the Keeper with quite the experience lead here.
For now, yeah, there was 0 experience. But circlet... Oh, here's the entangle. Might get a second one.
Has to get the deny. Must get this deny.
Okay, not too easy as the archer comes in as well. Blade actually moves away. I guess so much for the... Oh, speed scroll! Whoa!
Oh my god, what a save!
The Grunt who
Wow.
lives!
Dude, he is just so experienced and he has such a feel for the game. He knew, okay, the Keeper's running away right now. I might be able to save this Grunt if I pop the speed scroll at the perfect time. That is...
A player's forces.
Can we just give him the win already? This was just such a swag play. Oh my god, Lin, he's so good.
Out of WarCraft is probably listening. Mark that down already. Okay, here, second game, 4 minutes 15. This will be in the highlight reels for sure. So this is a real big deal because now you don't have Treants. You need Treants to creep properly. As a tank with the Keeper, this will cost even more Moon Juice than you already used. The expansion is coming, but man, Lin is super close.
Just a hair. Oh, maybe he gets the last hit. Boop. And he does. Not level 2 for him, not really close either.
Player's forces are under attack.
He's a little bit low HP right here, so he certainly can't get the streak cancel. Needs to be careful with the Keeper coming in with the Entangle. This is looking a lot like Fly right now. But the nice thing is, you can go to the fountain.
We don't have Sentinels, so no reveal really except the one dust that is there. And Lin goes Beastery plus Lodge. This seems like the Wyvern play we've also seen by Fly.
Grunts were creeping at the same time at the green, something that is rarely seen nowadays because the Grunts take a lot of damage. And if the Keeper comes in to harass, can be scary. Keeper did get level 2 now and has excellent items. One of Mantle and Claws. If the Blade Master goes Mirror Image here, he can cancel this maybe.
Does he? Do you really want to skip on crit? Still no Sentinel. No. But Lin is no Fly. Fly would have definitely done it and attack all the time. Now the dust is gone. Is he stealing it away? He has a lot of gold. Just a step.
And again can
Player's
fall
forces
back
are
to the
under
shop,
attack.
and the nicest thing here for Lin is this free creeping for the Shadow Hunter. Also, the first orange camp is still fully there. He didn't go for the item there before. Good experience from that. Waking up the creeps, but with Shadow Melt, these archers and hunts are not going to be in danger. Oh, look at the Peon Scout. He realizes the Keeper might still coming in for harass and sees that coming early.
Confirms the Alchemist as well. No shenanigans here. Whoo, rough game for Colorful, who, contrary to Moon, is
Player's
going
forces
very
are under
early
attack.
for Nature's Blessing. Moon didn't go for that the entire game here on CH.
Yeah, Moon kind of always dictated where the attacks were going to be happening. Hardly ever got attacks himself, with the exception of that Ancient of War going down in the main. And Colorful very willing to delay the expansion, looking for damage across the map instead. But with that great Peon Scout, Lin didn't get caught off guard. Now he's going to be level 2 on the Shadow, which is important for Heatwave to save some of these units. But a nice steal as well by Colorful, taking away the experience of the Merchant.
Okay, we got the Wyvern, got the Shaman, got the Roaming Blade Master. We don't have a second Engine of War yet, and the Expo is still far from done. Needs to creep, needs to entangle, needs to get the Wisp in there, and then it starts to pay off. Whew. Lin so far with a very clean game, even though he didn't get the kills or anything. Nothing got killed as well. The inventory looking good, gloves and slippers will help the Blade Master a lot. And Shadow Hunter level 3 is around the corner as well, but I think the staff got cancelled somehow.
I think he cancelled it intentionally, realizing that only the Keeper was harassing, not the whole army. And that one Peon, by the way, was level 3 on the Keeper. Going for Treants right away. There's a couple of purges left. Very stressful right now. 2-screen multi-tasking required by both these guys. More Shaman coming in, more purge with that. Shadow should be safe. Keeper has the option of a very significant last hit here. Doesn't get the steal. Shadow level 3. That was very fast. And oh, one Huntress might be threatened with a purge, but not quite. In the north also, the Blade Master still trying to harass, trying to get the steal. He gets the item. Not the last hit. Dropping low, but will survive.
That was close. 2 units also very, very hurt for Colorful. Has to heal up at some point. And Lin feels comfortable. Knows, okay, Expo still not entangling. Let's start my own second base. More Shaman, Lightning Shield upgrade.
A
Is that
player's
just the
forces are
new,
under
or
attack.
the way to play when you go Wyvern, that you have 1 max 2 Shaman?
Yeah, I guess you have to skip on something, right? Also, you're still supply blocked at the moment. Keeper's still looking for some harassment. Shamans kept over at the Expo. That's the question. But how amazing was this comment, by the way, by Fly with the Windrider? It's making more and more sense. Also on this map, it's so hard if you're on the top left or bottom right to get vision of the middle of the red camp. But if you have just that one flying unit, it's all so much easier. It gives you so much intel. And Lin doing the same as Fly was doing before. Takes out the Ancient of War, even with Nature's Blessing, and halves the production.
Yeah, these players are a little WarCraft smarter than we are, realizing these things and using it to full advantage here. Very map specific, yet Keeper comes in, but oh, the Shaman aren't here anymore, so Treants can do some damage.
We have 3 purges left here, so again that should be 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
These pulls. Running out of mana here slowly. That's going to be the sign to retreat for Lin. Was a good attack for him. He lost a couple of Serpent Wards, giving away experience that way, but didn't lose any units, actually.
Colorful only has 3 wisps in the mine on the left-hand side. Is also supply blocked. He overshot on units.
Hopefully he's going to realize that soon. That's going to become very expensive over time. The
Player's
expo
forces
timing
are
here
under attack.
for Fly is excellent. He's got 1 tower, but no reinforced defenses. Orcs have been really min-maxing their resources, so normally lumber isn't really available for that, because of course you also need grunt upgrades. Keeper gonna staff back home. Alchemist, big camp for him. He's getting level 3 here. There's a Windrider, and the rest of the Orc army right here. Dude, Lin is all over this game. Are you kidding me?
All over
he doesn't
this.
miss any opportunity.
All over the series, I would say. Forcing a town portal at the lab. This is crazy. This is so close to home. for Colorful, you really don't want to portal out of this position. You can like gamble for a fountain or something because that item is so big. But here at the lab, really hard to scout, really hard to be there in time. But man, Lin is just Lin today.
Colorful doing something similar to Moon earlier. He's going tier 3. But it seems like he's not in the same strong position as Moon was before. So if Lin banks like for maybe one more minute and then goes up to 70 supply with a couple of heal scrolls, that's gonna be a hard attack for Colorful to hold at that point.
And Lin gets the middle, of course, as well. Hood of Cunning, not decent for the Shadow Hunter, I guess. Good mana, a little bit of damage as well as an Agi hero that he weirdly is.
Is he getting level 4 from this?
Yep.
Oh my god, the timing is just amazing. Before the first big fight, having level 4 before the first big fight is absolutely amazing. And then
Players' forces are
gonna be
under
aggressive now. Fully going into upkeep. He is ready to fight. Colorful perhaps not so much. Still sitting at 50. Still banking. Also being low lumber, so he can't afford too many upgrades right now. But 2-1 upgrades already. That's pretty good. Lin with the Blade Master over at the shop. Goes for a heal scroll there. Has 1 heal scroll at the moment. TP comes in. Would be the perfect target now for some lightning shields.
Exactly. Blade Master's getting in position. Here we go. And man, all clumped up here. That's the second town portal in just a minute. He just arrived on tier 3. He would love to get the orbs, the third heroes, the upgrades, the mask, but you can only invest so much. Lin with good micro as well. And Blade Master still going ham for a little bit. Has to move out now, but it's more time for Lin's expansion, and now I guess it's time for his production as well. Exactly. Breaking into upkeep. And still has the fountain where he can heal up all his hurt units and creep at the same time. Whew.
Crazy that basically nothing died there. It was only the Wind Rider going down.
Right?
And nothing else.
Right?
Plus Serpent Wards, I guess.
Same as it was for Moon in the fight against Fly. Like Lin and Moon are just on a little bit of a different level today.
Alright, Blade Master, what's he gonna get now? Boots of Quel'Thalas perhaps, then his Agi is gonna be looking really good. Lots of great items to be found here. Only really the Ruined Bracers are bad, and the what's it called? Fruit of Accuracy. Everything else pretty damn good.
Devotion.
Like the Lionheart.
Exactly. Counters have the Acid Bomb, always nice. As we saw yesterday, how strong the spell can be. Colorful on the way to very, very strong archers, but we are still a little bit far away from that. Autumn not here, marksmanship not here, third attack upgrade not here. But you know who's here in the base of Colorful? It's obviously Lin.
There's no TP here, so some structural damage will be taken. 1-1 upgrades on these Grunts Raiders. More upgrades are queued. And this is the big timing. This is the big attack that is not easy to hold when you go for this tier 3 strategy. Alchemist caught a bit on his lonesome. This is a little scary. But Moolah going down. Ancient of War going down. Already it's going to be hard for Colorful to reproduce here.
Yeah, for sure. Losing a little bit of healing as well. Instant reinforcements also not available. There's the heal scroll. And a lot of heal wave. Lightning shield in the back. Colorful not reacting yet.
Falling back, but the front line here has mostly dwindled. Only a couple of hunters are left with the speed scroll. The Grunts are chasing. The archers are exposed. They're fragile, and once you get to them with a lot of units, and Lin is looking for these kills. Crit after crit coming in. Level 4 for his Blade Master, which means probably now he's going to have Mirror Image to be used as well. Canceling the Altar of Elders over there. Oh, that means no Potom. Yeah,
Yep.
the Potom has been denied. The Altar went down. Archer standing next to the Moonless, but they're taking so much damage over here. 2 screens once again, over which the fight is happening. Kodo Beast might be going down, but the Hunt's taking so much damage from this lightning shield.
Alchemist.
One more gonna fall.
Getting critted, has to use a potion. He heals himself up. Let's see if we can kill him right away. Love the lightning shield on the Invis archers. Now he's styling on him as well. What a game by Lin.
Still has the TP to get out. He may need it here because the Shadow Hunter's out of mana. He used all the heal scrolls. Gonna use that TP now, trying to save the rest of the army. That one grunt goes down. Tiny bit late there with the entangle. Perhaps the first little mistake by Lin this game, but he played this amazingly so far. But you know, at the end of the day, Colorful did survive.
Yeah.
He suffered a lot, He took a lot of damage, but he did survive.
But we mentioned it before, he's down to 56. He's also down to 1 engine of war. And he has no altar. So he would love to have the 5 supply of the bottom. He would love to have a lot more archers, but he just can't. So he can heal, okay. But man, you gotta weather the next storm, and I don't think he's ready. No TP this time, out of position, and Lin back in the base.
There is no heal score here for Lin, plus the Shadowhunter doesn't have too much mana. But he's super close to level 5. Would have loved to see a peon here as well coming in for a backup shop. But we'll see if that might not even be required in the end. The Tree of Eternity is super exposed. They have a couple of raiders here. This is gonna be a little sketchy.
Does he have pillage, by the way? Nope. Of course, as always, the orcs start the upgrade when they're already attacking. Yeah, if this tree falls, this is definitely game, and Lin has had enough of this. Grunts always sacrifices a lightning shield carry, but it's all about this tree, and that is no Tree of Eternity no more. Level 5 on the Shadowhunter here, and with 1 base versus 2, with a supply deficit, how are you supposed to win this as Colorful?
Yeah, Lin losing a couple of units here, but well worth the sacrifice. Like a small army general, he knows what he has to give up and what he has to gain. Very nicely done, and can always fall back to these fountains here, saving so much money on heal salves. Shadowhunter once again stacking up on clarities and mana pots, and I think we're gonna see Lin here marching to victory with a very impressive performance. How is Colorful supposed to come back from this? The good thing is, even with tier 3 missing, with the tree being down, the archer he's making now are still tier 3 upgraded, of course. But oh my god, it's such a huge orc army.
And the archers are not even 3-2. Can't really afford that. Pretty much masterclass Orc versus Night Elf here displayed by Lin. Previously masterclass Night Elf versus Orc by Moon. Can't wait for these guys to clash during this tournament. Detonates are coming in, but not as great as usual because Lin is sending his casters to the side. And it's a thunderstorm in Colorful's base.
Oh my god, it's away lightning shield, and there's hardly any wisps left in the main anymore because the tree went down, of course. A couple of detonates are in.
Oh my.
But it is clearly a numbers game now. 71 supply against 45. And Lin got to storm through Group B.
Gets a name, gets a number. Saving a couple of units to the back. GG.